Today we're turning crochet flower motifs into a quirky vintage bonnet. All you need is a felt hat and a bit of patience. Let's jump into it. A few weeks ago, I picked up Vintage Crochet. It's a book from the National Australian Library. One of the patterns that really caught my eye was the flower bonnet. It has the difficulty level of beginner, so I thought that it would be a good place to jump into vintage patterns. The process of making the motifs was very enjoyable. I sat on my couch and watched some Netflix and milled through them. It took about 3.5 hours to make 11 motifs. They are very easy motifs. You'll need a main colour and a contrasting colour of yarn, and a couple of crochet hooks. I have an entire video on how to make the motif on my channel, and linked to the end of this video. Once I had 11 motifs, I got my felt hat out. Arranging the motifs was relatively easy. I think I could have gotten away with 10 motifs because my head is small, but I added the 11th just for pattern accuracy. The pattern wanted me to pin the flowers together on the hat, but I decided to safety pin the flowers together to see how it would look on my head first. So I didn't get lost, I used 2 stitch markers, one for the front and one for the back. Using the main colour and a 3.75mm hook, I started assembling the motifs. To join the motifs we needed to chain 3 and join between the petals, then chain 7 and single crochet to secure. This is where my problem started. This section I'm calling joining fails. Chaining 3 and attaching looked good, but the chain 7 looked very limp and not super cute. I'm just realising that I hallucinated the chain 7 in the pattern. That explains a lot of my issues. Anyway, I pushed through and I frogged when I felt I needed to. Also, it was easier to crochet the flowers together when they were on the hat than trying to crochet them as a flat lay. It took about 3 attempts before I decided that I was just gonna push through and see how it looked at the end. During my last attempt, I really trusted the process and pushed on. I joined the lower motifs together with chain 3s and chain 7s in a crisscross pattern. Then I joined the motifs on the crown. It started to come together and it looked really good on the hat. To finish the step, I sewed in my ends. Grab your contrasting colour, it's time to make the straps. With double strands of yarn and a 4.5mm hook, we are going to chain 60. I chained 65 because I wanted longer straps. I made 2 of these so I had enough for my hat. I quickly attached my straps and it was done. It turned out a bit funky and I'm going to add more chains to fix the joining, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The motifs are super cute, and if I decide I don't like the vibe of the bonnet, then I'm going to turn them into a headband instead. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more adventures in crocheting. If you want to see my motif video, it's linked here.